Yo, fellas, if y'all want to see me wife a girl that looks like this, or even this, tap in with my Instagram, man. My goal is 10K followers. If y'all active, I will follow back. Come on, y'all. I know we could do it, but hey, here go the vid. Now, I know it's been a minute, but man, one of the most favorite characters on this channel is back. And that character would be Kalani Knight. Now, since her debut in the WNBA, hey man, Kalani been doing her thing. I'm talking about living the life. She was starting to become the most famous rookie in her class. I mean, she was getting brand deals left and right, really getting to the bag. And if she wasn't doing that, she'd just be chilling, working on her game, or spending time with me. And for those of you who don't know who I am, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hope. Nah, I'm playing. But Corey Cash, man, her boyfriend. And while she was doing her thing in the league, so was I. Currently working on getting another championship under my belt. But a couple that's both hooping in the same city, both professional, I mean, that's a match made in heaven. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody watching can agree that Kalani is on her way to being the best player in the WNBA already. But with that being said, she still got a lot of doubters to prove wrong. And she had a key matchup against Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. And let me tell you, this matchup was pretty crazy. You see, last time we seen Kalani versus Angel, it was at the collegiate level. And between me and y'all, that wasn't even a matchup. It was safe to say that LSU had the better team. But the way Kalani was hooping that day, man, she made it look easy. Nobody on the team could guard her, and her and Cameron Brink definitely put on a show. And to start off this game, it was no different. I mean, Kalani was shooting the lights out. And like a student who got a question in class, the defense need to put their hand up. You know what they say, hand down, man down. Or in this case, woman down. But anyway, I was training with Kalani all off season. And let me tell you, her bag has definitely got deeper. And trust me, that ain't the only thing that's deep. But anyway, man, we did all types of drills over the off season. She was already a good shooter, but I tried to get a mid-range incorporated in her game. She already had one, but I'm telling you, if she get that down pat, she's literally unguardable. I mean, people already can't guard her and she barely shoot mid-ranges. But it's the most slept on shot in basketball if you ask me. As she drive to the cup and get what should have been an and one bucket, but you know how them refs be, man. But hey, I got a question for y'all. What do y'all do when y'all start talking to a girl and you see a bunch of red flags in her? You take a step back. And that's what Kalani did just now. Absolutely torching the defense. And she hit the MJ shrug after. Look, I'ma say it again, man. Do not let the pretty face fool you. This girl's probably the biggest trash talker in the league already. But man, as the game went on, the Mystics was showing that they a pretty good team. As she drive to the lane and get the tough high pickup, reverse lay. But I'm telling you, this mug was kind of wild. And basketball is a game of runs. In the beginning of the game, that's exactly what the Mystics did. Went on a huge run with Kalani leading the pack. And to be honest, this was no surprise. I mean, Kalani always be making the first move. But anyway, had to hit old girl with a Pop-Tart and she brought out the Sham God. Right after that, drove and got the spin layup right over Angel. Hey man, somebody tell Angel Geese she need to play some better defense. The Sky gon' need it. But I couldn't believe she brought out the Sham God. I'm telling y'all, them drills we did over the off season got her ball control right. And I mean, the ball control was already there if you ask me. But now, it's even better. Even though she was absolutely deep frying the defense this game, one thing you can say about the Mystics, they not fully developed as a team yet. And that's as expected. I mean, this is only the first season they playing together. And they got a lot of rookies on this squad. And with Elena Deladon leaving, they needed a new leader. And Kalani's a good leader, but sometimes she might have to sacrifice her scoring opportunities to make her teammates better. Now, y'all know me. Corey Cash ain't sacrificing no scoring opportunities. If I see I can get to the cup or shoot it, I'm doing it. So of course I'm gonna try to tell her those things, but everybody ain't gotta be like me. Y'all can tell Lonnie been in that weight room, man. She out here moving defenders like it ain't nothing and finishing through contact. And trust me, man, this girl loves going through contact. But man, y'all gotta step up. Cause she is also a certified sniper, and we all know that. Might be the best shooter on the channel, but that's for y'all to debate. But this matchup between Angel and Kalani, man, it was living up to the hype, let me tell you. There was also a lot of people in attendance, which is rare to see at some WNBA games, but it's a new era. They got some new young stars in the league, and they ready to take over for years to come. But as I mentioned earlier, basketball is a game of runs. And after the Mystics went on that big run in the first, the Sky ended up coming back and taking the lead. Now I know you thinking how, but like I said, the team ain't fully developed yet, and they not all together yet. So Kalani, hey, she had to score this game if they was gonna have any chance at winning. I mean, it came to a point where they was down by 10, and she just said forget it and took over. And man, she was starting to score at all three levels. Got a tough and one in the post, and the defender could not believe it. But hey, I was in the crowd for this game, and the energy was definitely in the building. I mean, man, she was getting past the defense with ease, turning the crowd up. And I'm surprised she did a regular layup on that one. She normally like it in reverse. I mean, like the reverse layup. And at the end of the third quarter, with the clock winding down, they desperately needed a bucket, and Kalani got the tough finish at the buzzer. And to be honest, watching that live and in person, I don't know how she made that, but man, I've been saying that since Stanford. Sometimes this girl just be making some crazy shots, and she got that clutch gene in her. When the clock winding down, you need a bucket or a play to be made, make sure KK got the ball, nobody else. And after that, it gave the Mystics enough energy to pull out that W. And a few days later, it was the matchup everybody was waiting to see. The Mystics versus the Fever, aka KK versus Caitlin Clark, part 2. And man, if y'all been watching, y'all know what happened in the college matchup. It was highly anticipated, and it lived up to the hype. But now, this is the first time they facing each other at the pro level. And let me tell you, the expectations for both is kind of similar. But there can only be one girl that comes into the WNBA and becomes the next star, like Sue Bird or Diana Taurasi. And honestly, a lot of people was already sold on Caitlin Clark. But if it's one person that can take her spot, it's for sure Kalani Knight. So every time they went against each other, she had something to prove. Starting off, she missed the layup but got the rebound and got the reverse lay. I'm telling y'all, she like it in reverse. She not a cowgirl though. And one of the most common sayings in basketball that everybody know, if you give the ball up, you most likely gonna get it back. And on this play, Kalani knocked down the tray ball right over Caitlin Clark. Hey man, caught her sleeping. And I'm telling you, we all know Clark can shoot. Might be one of the best shooters in NCAA history. But have y'all forgotten the sniper that Kalani is? I mean, man, that college matchup, you might want to go rewatch that. I ain't gonna give you no spoilers, but man, like a KFC stock room, it was a whole lot of buckets. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but man, Kalani make women's basketball exciting. I mean, when the off season was over, I gotta be honest, I miss watching her play. Just the energy she bring, and now it's even more stars in the WNBA, so it's starting to get more eyes on it. So I definitely think this whole season is gonna be one people don't want to miss. And KK got a household name too, just like Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Cameron Brink, all the rookies in this class. And it could potentially be the greatest rookie draft class in WNBA history. On the other end, man, Clark started to heat up. And this is what the people came to see. Them going tit for tat, hitting shots, really trying to see who the alpha. And that's exactly what was going to happen this game. But KK wasn't backing down. On the next possession, drove right by Caitlin Clark, broke some ankles, and then finished with the easy layup. Man, talk about Sports Center top 10. She drove right past Caitlin Clark, and I honestly thought the big was gonna stop her, but she hit her with a mean cross. I'm talking about, that's something I would do. But man, I'm telling y'all, she tough, bro. She be training with one of the best players in the NBA, but she didn't really need my help, man. She been tough since high school. Everybody just starting to find out about it now. Now, no team was able to jump out to an early lead. I mean, I would think the Fever would be playing a little bit better since they had home court advantage. As KK found a wide open teammate. Boom! For the corner three. Before the game, Kalani was telling me that she thought Caitlin Clark was terrible at pick and roll defense. So they was gonna try to abuse that all game, and man, it was working. I don't think it was just Caitlin Clark though. I mean, the whole Indiana Fever defense was terrible in the pick and roll. So Kalani just kept calling them, and what do you know? She gets straight to the bucket for the Lay's chips. Alright, maybe not Lay's. We gonna rock with the cheddar ruffles this time. Off a pin down, Kalani caught it, kicked it out to the wide open shooter. And the Mystics knocked down another three. Not only was she doing it all on the offensive end, but y'all know she liked to play them passing lanes. And she caught Aaliyah Boston sleeping trying to get the ball to Caitlin Clark. I'm telling y'all, she played defense too. Really a two-way superstar if you ask me. And you already know who taught her that. I mean, the ways of the pest is the best. And it was at this moment where the Mystics started to take off. And this game was getting out of hand for the Fever. And Kalani did not stop, man. She wanted to go out there and show she was levels above Caitlin Clark. So anytime she got the opportunity, she'd go right at her. And she got her with the small Pop-Tart and finished with the left hand layup. I don't know what the big was sitting there doing. They should have doubled, to be honest, but I guess she just wasn't thinking. And once Kalani had Caitlin on that island, you already know she was hitting the spin move. Got him with the pump fake. And it was just all about finishing after that. I must say, watching Kalani hoop is a lot like when she at home. It's a whole lot of finishing, and it's fast paced. Hey, Caitlin Clark wasn't backing down though. On the other end, she was finding ways to get open. And Kalani had to fight through a lot of screens just to contest. And when she did get a good contest, Caitlin Clark's shot would be off. Now, it's a good thing she was able to get a hand up on a lot of these shots, because if she didn't, man, Caitlin would have been hitting a lot more shots. But man, as of right now, she was bricking. And midway through the third, Kalani wasn't slowing down at all. Drove and got a tough layup right over Caitlin and the rest of the defense. Man, this was starting to become a one-on-one match, because back on the other end, hey, Caitlin got open and Kalani was not able to get there in time. Got a decent contest, but with Caitlin Clark, you're gonna need a great contest. And sometimes that ain't even gonna work. Normally, Caitlin Clark do a little bit of showboating, but I think she realized who she was playing against this game, and she did not want to play with fire. But man, I was telling y'all earlier, she do play that defense. Don't get it twisted, man. Kalani will pick up 94 feet. And if she sensed she can get an easy bucket out of that, she most definitely gonna do it. And that's exactly what she did. I feel bad for the Fever, because when she get locked in on defense, she really become a dog. And by the time the fourth quarter came around, it was basically good night Irene for the Fever. I mean, at this point, Kalani was just ISOing and getting highlights. And she got the step back jumper right over the defender with ease. And man, she was just having fun at this point, bruh. I felt bad for the Fever, but surprisingly, the coach did not take Kalani out. I don't know if she was trying to get a certain amount of points, a certain stat, but if that was me, I would have been ready to come out the game. I'm not about to risk no injury or nothing, but maybe the Fever was talking trash and she wanted to stay in the full game just to make them suffer. Either way, it was looking pretty bad. Y'all know what's worse than one deadly step back? Two of them things. Man, Kalani was ruthless, bruh. I ain't even go into detail about some of the shots she was taking this game. I mean, one of them was literally a pump fake, step back, pull. And that's a crazy hard shot to hit, but Hey, the type of player she is, she made it look super easy. And then by the time you saw the shot go in, she'd already be running back celebrating somehow. It's no doubt that KK enjoyed playing the game. I mean, she really loved it. And it seemed like she was a fan favorite already. So if she kept moving on this trajectory, she could become the face of the league. And if that happens, man, that could lead to big money and a lot of opportunity. But I don't think she cared about the money. She just loved hooping, bro, as I mentioned earlier. Even threaded the needle with a crazy pass to get the assist. You gotta respect Caitlin Clark though. She finished the game with 30 points and she did not stop playing until the final buzzer. I mean, this three right here was heavily contested. And she even kicked her foot out and somehow, nothing but net. That's one of them shots where you just gotta shrug your shoulders and move on, man. But even though Caitlin Clark had 30 points, Kalani had 45. Yeah, she was going that crazy. And right after Caitlin hit that tough contested three, Kalani came on the other end with yet another snatch back. And drained it. I'm telling you, you could not one up Kalani, bro. If you scored on her, she was coming down on the other end and do everything in her power to deep fry your ass. But I mean, that's just how she operate, man. I loved it. And for some reason, coach still did not take her out the game. She basically played until the final buzzer. And it didn't help that she drove and got the and one bucket. Had the defense absolutely frustrated. And if I was the coach of the Fever, I just would have walked out, man. There is no way it's only 30 seconds left and the star player still out here getting and one buckets. I mean, come on, man. Ref, just blow the whistle, chalk up the L, and move on. In a classic showdown between KK and Caitlin Clark, Kalani showed that not only is she a great scorer and a great player, but she coming for the top spot. Not just for the rookie class, but for the entire league. And man, the rest of them teams better watch out. She may be on her way to a chip. And her and other rookies like Caitlin Clark are definitely gonna take this league to the next level. If I was y'all, I would most definitely stay tuned.